Hi, everybody. Today we have Sandhya with us, who is a stock market trader, and she has transformed her life majorly in the area of money. So let's just talk to her and know more about her transformation and her story. Over to you, Sandhya.
Thank you so much, Sukriti. It's such a pleasure to be here with you. And I would love to share about how I got here and what has been going on. So, okay. So I have been a stock trader since like 7 years now. Yeah, that's a long, long time. So happened what was I never chose this as my career. And I was into marketing. I was working with an MNC. I moved from Bangalore to Goa when I got married, and I got no good jobs there. I tried my best to find a job, and there were no much opportunities, which actually worked out as a positive thing for me because that actually got me into this stream of line of work. And my husband suggested, why don't you learn this and get to know a little bit so that you can work from home. So that's how I started way back in 2017. And it has been a roller coaster adventure, I would say, because I was not really good with numbers. And I thought, how will I do this? So I got started from the scratch, right from the beginning, how exactly to open an account, what to do, which company to select, what stock to go for. And it was not very easy because I had a lot of resistance that पता नहीं ये मुझसे होगा कि नहीं मैं कर पाऊंगी या नहीं इसके बारे में मुझे कुछ नहीं पता so that's how I was in my mind but I said okay let's give it a try because I had nothing to lose and I had no other option and in between I had a baby also so I took a break 1.5 year का almost break हो गया था again I restarted from 2020 while the lockdown was going on and on बट हो रहा था क्या कि मैं प्रॉफिट्स बना रही थी फिर वो निकल जा रहे थे आई वॉज लूजिंग आई वॉज मेकिंग आई वॉज लूजिंग मेकिंग so it was always stagnant it was neither going up nor going down I was just at that equilibrium and I just wanted to break out of that and वेरी रिसेंटली मुझे ऐसे लगा कि ये प्रोग्राम ज्वाइन करके मुझे सीखना चाहिए व्हाट एग्जैक्टली कैन आई चेंज इन माय लाइफ बिकॉज नथिंग इज चेंजिंग आई वांटेड टू कम आउट ऑफ दैट and when I got started actually it really changed something in my mind that I'm hustling I need not hustle and I am a divine feminine, which I got to know from you. And I said, I don't want to hustle. I want to be at ease. And I want money to come to me. I just decided that. I didn't know how it would work out, but slowly things started changing. Yes, I started practicing being in that feminine energy. I said, I am not going to slog. I want money to come to me effortlessly. And the moment I started that thought process in my head, things started flowing. It was not abrupt, it took time. Yes, definitely it took time, but I had to practice becoming something else which I was not. And that exactly was the thing which made the difference. The practices that I was told, and things like how exactly we can change our perspective about things. Before, I used to think only 8 hours of work can give me money. No, that is not true. People don't even work for 8 hours a week and they're millionaires. So that had to change here. So the mindset change that had to be brought in was huge. That really made a big difference for me. And one more thing is feeling all the emotions was important. Somewhere I did not realize I was carrying so many baggages from my past, which were actually playing a big role in me feeling myself unworthy about money. When I broke that pattern, when I wrote everything down, when I released everything, I felt it. Whatever wanted to, the emotions that I, was not attending to, I attended them. I said, okay, I am going to stay now. Let anything wants to come up, let's let it come up. I stayed. I sat with it. I wrote. And everything started coming to surface and I kept releasing them. This was one big win for me, which I learned from you, that you have to face every emotion. Being always positive is a toxic positivity, which was like nobody had told me about this. Whatever I had learned in the courses of manifestations and self development, everybody said think positive, and I kept doing only that. And I used to tell my husband also, why are you thinking negative? You should always think positive. He would be like, come to the real world, he would say. And I would say, why is he saying this? There was huge difference in our mindsets. And then I realized when I spoke to you and you said you will have to sit with your emotions and feel every emotion, negative, depressive, whatsoever it could be. Saying that I'm always positive and that is not going to help, because somewhere something is being suppressed. So that was my biggest aha moment with you, that yes, anything that has been suppressed, let me bring it up, feel it completely and release it, and then see the magic. And after I did this, I think in a big way, I stopped living in my past. I let my past go. And I started living in the present moment more than which I was doing before. And that made the things just start flowing with ease. And there have been weeks when I was so busy at work. I had this responsibility of taking care of my father-in-law. I have a small child. We recently bought a pet, so I was loaded with work. Hardly I'm able to look at my system, and money is just coming. Even while I'm speaking to you right now, I'm holding one or two positions, and they're doing so well. I can't even tell you how easy life has become regarding money, which is like, I can't believe sometimes, but yes, I do believe because I'm living it. It's for real. So, this has been my experience, and so many good what do you say, realizations that life is not so difficult what we make out of it. We just have to realize what we are resisting, just let it go, and things just start to flow, and it gets all the more beautiful. So that has been my thing for now.
That's amazing. I mean, you have beautifully mentioned all the, before and after of your
Yes.
transformation.
Yes.
But the one thing that you said that, you had this realization that I am a divine feminine. I am not meant for hustling. I am meant to receive, right? The moment you accepted that fact and embodied that version of you, who you are, while explaining that, you said that I was trying to become something else. I became something else. While in my perspective as a coach, I just want to put it out in the right way that you were
Sure.
living as somebody who you were not, and you immediately,
Yes.
you unlearned it and you came into
Yes.
your own energy that this is who I am. You accepted your truth, and that's how the universe started moving things in your favor. Right?
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yes, I agree on this one, because I did not know what I was supposed to be and how my powers can help me be more free in life, which I realized, and I unlearned the part which I was wrongly living in. Like, that I have to work hard and that's how things are and the world runs like that. So that realization was a big one, where I realized that yes, I can attract anything I want by just being myself. True. Absolutely agree with you on that.
Right. So, with that, do you want to share with the audience what exactly did you do to embody your divine feminine?
So basically, regarding embodying the feminine energy, how it all started, I stopped uh, being in the past or in the future, and I started focusing more on living in the moment. So I was not worried that tomorrow I have to finish this task. By evening, I have to cook this and keep. I started being easy with myself. Right now, whatever work I'm doing, let me do it with all my attention. Whenever I need to relax, I need to relax. Just sit down. Let everything just be where it is, and I don't need to worry so much. Otherwise, we are like always running. ये नहीं किया तो वो हो जाएगा, वो नहीं किया तो वो हो जाएगा, बच्चे को ये करना है, वो करना है. So I just stayed calm. I embraced that calmness, and I made resting normal for myself, which I was not doing. So if I sit and relax, I would keep thinking, अरे मैं इतना रेस्ट कर लूंगी टाइम निकल जाएगा. So I stopped doing that to myself. I became more gentle on myself, and I said it's all right to rest. It's all right to sit and have a cup of tea and just chill for a moment and be with myself. That actually became a game changer, and I felt life can be enjoyable every moment. It's not like hard work करते रहो हमेशा दिमाग में भागते रहो. Just relax, be with yourself, be kind to yourself, and everything will work out. Nothing is going anywhere. We are all here. Everything is going as per the schedule. Nothing is, laying behind, lagging behind. So when once I started slowly practicing that, it was not easy. I always used to come back and tell you, वो एक पैटर्न सेट हो गया ना तो हसल वाला आ जाता है वापस मेरे अंदर. तो you said it will all happen eventually, and it took a couple of weeks, but now I feel so good. कुछ भी होते रहे, कितना भी काम पड़ा रहे, ऑफ कोर्स मैं काम खत्म करती हूँ, ये नहीं कि सब रख के मैं बैठ जाती हूँ, बट giving a moment to ourselves actually gives us that power, that extra boost, and we are able to complete our tasks in a much better way, in a much productive way, and it takes lesser time now because यहाँ से हम लोग आराम से कर रहे हैं. So that has made a big difference for me, big one.
Absolutely. I mean, you have said it right. Because whenever somebody works with me, the tagline of working with me is less efforts, more magnetism. So when anybody works with me, they put less efforts as compared to what they were putting in their real life earlier. And they start attracting more than what they were attracting. So do you agree with that? That now, since last, I think you joined in November, and you started having wins from first week itself, if I remember it correctly.
Yeah.
And do you agree with this fact that whosoever joins the academy, because you know other clients as well, other people in the community as well, anybody who is working on their magnetism, they attract more and they do less efforts.
Absolutely, yes. Actually, it was so beautiful. I never planned to buy gold. I had a gold chain which I would always wear, and it had gotten a little cracked something and gone wrong, and it had torn. So it was in the first week of joining you, which was totally out of question. I thought I'll get that repaired, but my mother said, "Why you want to get it repaired? We'll buy a new one." And you have no idea, I bought a heavier one and it didn't even tickle me. Like it all just happened like that. And I was like, wow, this is wonderful. I didn't even think of it, and gold is coming to me. So that was my first win. And after that, there has been no looking back at all. My trade setups, which I would be a little doubtful about, I started feeling more confident, and I also attracted a better mentor for my trading. I enrolled myself in a course where he is spiritual. He is a devotee of Mahakal from the Indore, and he teaches so beautifully. Very simple person, and उनका बिल्कुल इतने स्टूडेंट्स है लेकिन हर किसी को वो he gives attention to them, and that has been a big one for me because it's not always about money. Money to aa hi raha hai. I'm making a lot of money. All my trade setups are working out in my favor, but getting a mentor to make it even bigger in my stock market business is a bigger win, I would say. And that happened only after I joined here and I changed my state of mind. Probably, I kind of got ready for a teacher like that, is what I felt when, things started unfolding for me. Because the way he teaches is totally different from what others are there in the market. And sometimes we don't know that there is somebody whom we can seek and get certain knowledge, and you are also one of them like that. I never had any idea that somebody like you could exist who could get me so much clarity about things in life, and it has been a beautiful journey, Sukriti. I really I'm so grateful to you, and I also acknowledge myself for taking this decision to step ahead and say that yes, I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm not making much money right now, but still I want to enroll and get started. I took that leap because I just felt that connection with you. Right on the first discovery call itself, I felt like, no, she is one. I had no doubts. It was like an intuition which just came in and said, go for it. So, definitely, my life completely changed after I got started with you and associated with you. Beautiful journey
I
with you.
am really, really glad, Sandhya, and I want to highlight this point that you never ever lose a chance to make me realize that, I have made a difference in your life. Some days I start doubting myself that the kind of appreciation that she's giving me, is it the kind of impact that I've created on her, or is it just she who is, doing all this? But I know that whatever you say, every time you say, every time you appreciate me, it comes directly from your heart. It's your
Yes.
love that you have for me. And I think more than money, what I have earned is this love, which keeps me going, which makes me, wake up every day and reach out to more people, try my best to, change more lives. So thanks to you for believing in me and having that trust in a stranger, because when you had started, of course, I was a stranger to you. We have
Yes.
never met in person, but still
Sure.
you invested your money, your time, your energy, and your belief in me, which is the bigger thing for me to, acknowledge here. And along with that, Sandhya, what I want to ask you is that money is something which got healed. Your relationship with money got healed. Do you think your relationship with yourself and other people have also healed, and you have started attracting better people in your life based on what you have done on yourself, the inner work?
Yes, absolutely. There is a lot that has changed energy wise within myself, with my husband, especially because we are more closer than ever before. And it really bothers him when somebody is not paying attention to me or, respecting me. For example, my child, if he is misbehaving or if he's shouting, he'll say, don't talk like that to your mom, which has never happened before. Like, what is
I'm
this?
sure it's a beautiful feeling.
It's a beautiful feeling. You feel so valued. It's all right that my kid is still learning and he's a child, but still, when my husband points it out, it makes that difference in my heart that, oh, I'm important to him. It matters to him that, somebody should not be misbehaving with me. So that is a beautiful transformation. And like you said, yes, I've definitely started attracting better people into my life. One big example is just now, which I told you, my mentor, new mentor, which whom I met again online, and I got to know about him and started a course with him. And new friendships are coming up because we've got a pup now. I'm trying to connect with people who have pups and how exactly to, bring them up or nurture them and all those things. Some beautiful relationships happening here. And the big one is within me, I'm at peace. I am so much at peace with myself. I don't fight myself. I don't degrade myself anymore with any mistakes. I say that as a past moment. That's it. I can improve in this moment. Many times I do mistakes. It's not that I don't do mistakes, but I don't bash myself for that or be hard on myself that I was not doing the best. I say it's all right. That moment is gone. This is a new moment. I can still better myself. So that is the big change that has happened, and I'm able to be so supportive to myself that nothing seems hard now. So whatever I'm doing, I'm able to do it.
So Sandhya, that's an amazing journey that you have shared with us. I want to know that what was your aha moment inside Sukriti Reddy Academy where you felt like, oh my God, this has completely changed my life in a moment.
Absolutely, I can talk about that with a lot of pride. There was a moment when I was not able to realize that I am hiding some trauma inside me. I was unaware of it. And you tried to talk me out of it that there is something that you're not coming face to face with. You're trying to let it go or you're trying to escape it. And you said, just sit down and think. There is something that you have not addressed and not forgiven or forgotten something which keeps coming back into your mind. And when I started to sit and write, then it started coming up that there was some trauma which I faced way back in office environment where in a corporate setup, I was like kind of mentally harassed for physical, to get physical with somebody, and which I was not at all into. And that left a big scar on my heart that, a woman is trying to work and she's trying to manage everything by herself. And people are like not being good to her. They are trying to pull her down, her morale down. And that really hurt me and I kept carrying it. I became a closed shell. I didn't want to meet people. I didn't want to talk. That was a phase which just got buried down inside my heart. When you told me that there is something I've not addressed, I just sat with myself for a while and then I said, okay, let me just start writing. Let's see what comes up. And this incident, which happened more than a decade ago, came up. And I just wrote it and I said, I release all of this that I faced. I release this person from my memory. I just let them all go. It's all happened in my past and I let it go. The moment I pulled that baggage down, there was something that just lightened up inside. And immediately from the next day onwards, there was a different version of me, the better version of me started showing up. And I felt so good, so confident, and there was a kind of satisfied feeling inside. There was a contented feeling that I'm so free. I feel so much better. I feel so lighter. This was the biggest aha moment for me because I didn't even know I was carrying it inside me and I had buried it down. And this really changed my life in a very big way, Sukriti. I can never ever thank you enough for this one because nobody told me this that you are, go look within yourself and see what you are, just carrying it without knowing what it is, whether it is to be carried on. You were the one who, tried to give me that clarity and you succeeded very well. And, I got such clarity about, okay, this is something unwanted here. I have to just leave it behind. And that really made the big difference for me. Big one, big one.
Right. I'm glad I could, point that out. And that is what I do when I work with my clients. I just try to look out for these kind of blocks which people actually suppress within themselves. They think that they have forgotten about it or they can't point that out. But our subconscious always and always have those memories. And
True,
the moment you start digging that down, it just come on the surface that, oh, this is
true,
why, I'm not able to attract what I want to attract. So that
true,
particular incident did not even affected your relationships. It also affected your energy towards money because we attract who we are. So the moment you released it, you shifted your energy. It was not a part of your vibration. Your vibration changed, and that's how things started moving towards you. You created space for things to come towards you, right? So
yes,
this is what exactly I tell people that, we will never be able to identify our own blocks by ourselves because when we suppress something, we think that it is a part of us, while it's not. All the bad experiences, all the pain that we have gone through, all the trauma, all the void that people have created in us, it does not belong to us. It's not a part of us. It's a part of them. And it's our choice if we want to keep it or if we want to release it. Of course, nowhere I have told my clients to give it back to these people who have given you void or who have created these things. But of course, it's a part of you to heal yourself. It's your responsibility to heal yourself and
true,
to be in that positive energy so that you can attract people, situations, money, and everything which is operating at a frequency of positivity. Right.
true,
So I'm glad that you were open to listen to it because a lot of people are not even open to listen to it. They are so scared to look at the parts of themselves which are hurting, which are bounded. And until and unless we are comfortable looking at those parts, we will not be able to heal those parts. So
true.
I remember you cried on our first call and you said that,
Yes,
"Sukriti, I am really, really struggling to forgive certain people. I have tried certain ways, but I think it's still not done."
yeah,
And I remember within first month itself, I just told you that, something in your past had happened, which you are just keeping, suppressing within yourself, and you are not looking at that. And that is how it has become a part of your vibration. So no matter what you want, if your vibration is operating at a frequency of low vibration or at a frequency of wrong things, you will not attract what you want.
So
right?
true.
So, and you have been such a wonderful client that the moment I told you that this is how you need to release this, you actually did it. And that's how you could see the results faster. That's why right now you are in that space where even when you are not sitting right in front of the computer or laptop, you're still making money. You're still attracting good vibes from people. You are still attracting right kind of people, right kind of opportunities, right kind of mentors because you released what was not yours.
So true.
Did
And
you think? Yeah.
one thing I wanted to add on the first call itself, your energy is so vibrant, Sukriti, that I just opened up, I just opened up and I thought I was done crying in my life. I had that notion about myself. I thought, I'm done with that. I'm done with my past. Now nobody can shake me, whatever, whatever. But your energy is so different, so divine that I just became a small child in front of you and I just cried. It just happened. I did not expect that at all, you know. You're something else. You're totally something else. There is nobody like you, I would say. Nobody like you.
That's really sweet of you to say that to me, Sandhya. Like I say, you never leave a chance to make me feel that what I'm doing is right and it's making a difference in
Definitely.
people's life. So thank you so much for that because some days even a mentor needs a mentor, even a giver needs somebody who can give that advice, that support to that person that you know what you're on the right path, just keep on going. So this is that moment, and this is what you do to me every single time you
Thank
tell me
you.
that I'm
That
doing the right
feels
thing.
so good.
And with that, I also want to understand that how, like, you mentioned that you had tried different coaches, if I'm not wrong, or you have
Yeah.
worked with different people, right? So, what do you think was different from the places where you had already invested? What was the difference here that, even when you invested at those places, of course, you had seen the difference, but why do you think it was not this spontaneous and not this fast before?
Sure. I've worked with many females actually who have been into inner work, self-help and kind of a thing, right since 2021. This journey has started for me. But somewhere, when I met you, the only word which I want to say is authentic. I felt so authentic with you. That authenticity came only when I had that interaction with you. Previously before you, I had spoken to one more female, and I've attended her webinars, and I've got a lot of help. I would not say that it did not help me with her, but somewhere when I had to enroll for a long-term program, that intuition inside me just kept saying that it's not a hell yes yet. Hell yes was not coming. When I had a call with you, instantly there was a hell yes, yes, I want to work with this girl. She's something, because I felt so authentic. This connection was very genuine with you. I think, yes, that is the word in my head when I think of you. You're absolutely authentic. There is no second thought about it. And that made a huge difference with all the previous connections that I've made with people and with you. And that is where I did not have to think much, and I just went ahead for it. And it was very obvious for me that she is the one. I want to work with her, and definitely there is something that is going to change in my life. And I definitely got so many signs, I would say, from the university. You're going on the right path. You have chosen her. You should go ahead and listen to her and do what she says. So it was very, very evident for me. You are the one.
That's amazing. I'm really happy to know that you felt some connection and that's how you took the leap of faith. With that, do you want to tell this to people who are looking for a coach, a mentor, that the first thing that they should look out for in a coach or a mentor is that if they are feeling connected to that person, even
Yes.
before the strategies, the techniques, the tools, or the method, it's the connection which matters the
Yes.
first. Do you agree
Yes.
with that?
Absolutely. Because It is the energy frequency that needs to match. And only when that matches, you will be able to receive and she will be able to give you. So that is that connection that gets created there. It's again, two energies which actually complement each other. So that has to happen, and you have to feel that connection. And for that to be felt, you have to be with yourself for a moment before making that decision. So if you are like not settled in your mind, then you'll say, Pata nahi, karna hai ki nahi, ye nahi. You'll not have that surety. But if you just take a moment and think, is this person going to provide that value or fill that void that I am going through? And if that answer is an instant yes, then don't think about it. Don't go back to think whether, yes, what if, all that. Just go and get started. And you are that kind of a person. The energy is so pure and divine that you don't feel doubts with you. You'll feel okay, there is something that she can teach me and that can change my life, and life is really going to get better after this. That belief just gets started right from the first call with you. So I would definitely recommend anybody who's thinking of getting started with you, their life is just about to be changing to the best part. They should just go ahead and take that leap and get started with you. Please continue to do this work and bless more lives and help them come out of whatever thing that is holding them down. And keep doing this work, and whatever help and whatever support you need from me, I'm always there for you. And I wish you really well.
Thank you, Sandhya. That's really, really sweet of you. Just last question, and then we'll
Sure.
just wrap this up.
Sure.
Apart from the work that we had done, the inner work,
Mhm.
do you want to highlight that we never did any affirmations, we never did any visualization or any, I mean, specifically, I didn't ask you to do any of these things. Maybe you had done it yourself, but I never asked you to affirm, visualize, script. Did I?
I actually did all of these in my past, and I said, this is not going to work. That is when I signed up with you, because all those things don't work. The energy that we need to address, that is the work which we did with you. And it is completely life changing. It is not affirmations, it is not visualization, it is none of those mediocre things, stereotype things that actually help. It is when you sit with yourself, it is when you look within, it is when you bring out what you have been hiding. This is the work which you guide so beautifully, and there is no process or procedure to it. You do it in such a beautiful manner that we don't even feel ki there is anything, any homework we are doing, kind of a thing. You make it so effortless for us, because I remember we have had calls and we have had discussions, and then you prompted to do some journaling. That was nothing of that sort where we would be, writing 10 times or writing 5 times 55 days. All those things are not helping here. It is the energy work that you make us do. It is the kind of thought process we need to work on, look within. That is the real work. And I really appreciate you for not being like that and coming out with your own way of helping and guiding, which actually makes it easy. Because the whole world is doing that and it is going nowhere. So that really made a big difference for me. All those things are not necessary at all. Something that is necessary is very basic, and it is inside us, which nobody talks about, and which you got me a lot of clarity about. I really appreciate you on that.
I am glad that, I could make a difference in your life. Whatever difference
Absolutely.
I made, I hope I continue to do so in
Yes,
all my awareness and for others as well, not just you, but
definitely.
for more people.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. I am sure that people who are going to listen to you, they are going to feel inspired by you and they are going to take the right actions for themselves, even if it means they don't want to join the academy. But at least this story will tell them that, if you can change your life, they can also change their life as well.
Definitely, definitely. a beautiful life is awaiting everybody who decides to work with you, Sukriti. And I wish them all well. And I wish you very well that you continue to do this all your life and which you're so passionate about and so good at. Basically, that is the main thing. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me on this call. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I look forward to have you again with bigger success story after this because this is just the
Yes.
beginning. And I know that you are going to manifest bigger things now. There is no looking back. We are going to
Yes.
dream big and we are going to manifest everything that this world tells us that it's too good to be true.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sukriti. Thank you so much. Long way to go with you.
Absolutely.